Hey guys, this is my first broadcast of Diamond Jungling with Meriakh. I will be doing quite a few of these broadcasts in the future, I hope. Lots of different matchups. I actually had some sound issues and some playback issues and lots of other fun stuff, so this is my third time streaming this. Hopefully it will be my last. And what I am streaming today is a diamond match. This is between high diamond players. Actually, from what I know, the Nasus and I think the Graves is a diamond 1, and same thing with my team. Asian Devil and Waffles should be diamond 1s as well. I am a diamond 3. No one here should be lower than diamond 5. So this is a pure diamond match, and North America, probably about top 5,000 players in North America are diamond, pretty high end. And I'm just going to go through Jarvan, what I do on my junglers. Today it's Jarvan, and Jarvan's my main, and I wanted to start with my main because I'm very good with him. I think I know how to play him. I know how to do my job on him very well. So I wanted to start with him for the stream. And you can see here, they're coming, so I'm getting my butt out of there. I actually throw down the standard just so I know if they keep coming, but they backed off. And standard is what you always start a Jarvan in the jungle. 100% of the time, it is by far the best start, because not only does it give you armor and attack speed, which are essential for any jungle, but it also gives you sight. So early game, when you're trying to figure out where the enemy is, you can throw down your standard anywhere. So it's very, very useful. Let me see here. I'm going to turn down the sound. Whatever. I'll just keep it on him. And so, doing typical blue start. I do start red on Jarvan sometimes. It's not something I do very commonly, but I definitely do it. And generally, you start red if you're afraid of getting counter jungled. So, if you're going like against a Lee Sin or a Jax in the jungle, you might start red. Or if there's a specific purpose, like maybe the enemy's starting red and you want to counter jungle their blue. I don't do that very much, but I have done it. Here I'm counter jungling Nasus as red. The reason I counter jungle Nasus is he's a very squishy champion early. He's very weak. He's very easy to kill. And I don't want Nasus getting ahead or getting good ganks, because if he gets ahead, he definitely outscales me. So I want to shut him down as early as possible. So that's the reason for counter juggling. Now, obviously the best scenario is I kill him, and I hopefully will kill him. But even if I don't kill him, even if I just push him back to his tower or push him back to base, it's still worth it. Now, you see here, I'm actually in this bush, and there's a reason for that. A good jungler... Okay, here I go. I wasted my flash there, stupidly, because, well, I didn't realize the damage from the red buff would hit him one more time, and so I messed it up. I really wanted to kill TF here, but couldn't see him, so backed out. It's always a bad idea to trade a jungler for a mid, for instance. You never want to do that, and the reason is, if you do that trade, your mid will be in trouble, because now they're behind in gold. Now the enemy mid is able to beat them. So the goal of the jungler is to snowball their lane. It's not to get kills. So here I go through the tri-bush, I see Graves. I do not start with my standard. So I wait. I see Graves flash, and then I go. And that's notable because I don't want to blow my abilities until my enemy's blown his, because if I do, it could cause issues. So here, they know I'm there. They've got 2 wards. They definitely know. Actually, I saw Nasus there, and I was like, ooh, Nasus is there. And I was like, oh, crap. So I get out. No big deal. Now, one thing, I checked TF. I see if he has a ward. He has a ward in his inventory. So I'm like, alright, cool. He's got a ward. They don't know I'm there, right? Wrong. Apparently, when he went back, he got another ward. So this was his second ward. And because of that, I get killed. And, you know, that was merely a matter of they had better warding, and me not realizing that they had a ward there, and that was kind of my fault. Like, I should have realized TF had placed one. Mid could have told me to. I mean, it's not like they don't see wards being placed, so there were some mistakes on both ends there. But, you know, essentially, I died. Luckily, their mid didn't get the kill. It was Nasus. It's always generally better if the jungler gets the kill. That's what you want. So here I'm gonna go to my red really late. It's almost 6 minutes and I'm doing my red, so very late red. But I've been effective. I've been very effective. So I managed to counter jungle Nasus and slow him down, and I've managed to gank bot successfully and get 2 kills bot. So it was a very successful time down bot. I did die, but even with that death, it was worth it. So now I'm jungling, trying to get some farm, trying to clear up my jungle a bit, so I can stay up with Nasus. You can see I'm building Philostone and into a Elder Lizard. I don't always do Elder Lizard, but I do it quite often on Jarvan. The reason I do Elder Lizard is he gets amazing wave clear. The cooldown reduction is really good. And the damage is really solid early. So that's why I like it. Now, you see where I'm sitting? Like, this keeps them out of my sight. Also, generally speaking, people don't put wards in the try. So here I mess up. Right there, I should have actually not gone through the try, because what ended up happening is Riven saw me. And if you look, there's a creep here, and I'm pretty sure that creep saw me. So that was a double bogey for me. I should have just backed after that. Like, it was really bad of me. And I ended up sitting there for a minute, wasting my time. But you can see, like, because of my gank early, bottom's doing really, really well. Like, they might have done well anyways, but because of the gank, it helped to snowball them. And one of the things I found as a jungler is the earlier you can impact the lanes, the better it is. Because when you do that, your teammates are able to get more farm, they don't get zoned as much, they're less likely to die again, all of these different things. And so it's really important to go after them early. Here, I make Riven Flash. It wasn't worth it. I should have backed a long time ago. Because what happens now, and I got lucky here, because our bottom was so ahead, and TF missed his wild card. So, I got really lucky. I should have been bottom, and instead I was jacking around top. Like, that was really bad of me. But since we did win, I was like, alright, let's go get Dragon. Now's the perfect time. I would say, like, me sitting top like that for about a minute was probably my biggest mistake of the game. There was one other mistake I made that was real big, but that mistake then was a really big deal, in my opinion. It worked out for us because we managed to win bottom in a 2v3, but, like, normally speaking, it's not going to work that nicely. Here I'm giving Fizz blue. You always want to give your mid blue, unless they're like Zed or something. I mean, just give them blue. I mean, there's no reason to mess around with it. I mean, there are some cases where you don't want to, like, if they're dying a lot and you're like a Mumu or something, maybe not, but on Jarvan, give them blue. Unless they specifically say, I don't need it, give them blue. Now, another thing you can do is, you know, keep track of timers. And timers got kind of screwy this game because of the invade and everything that went bot. But one thing you can be pretty sure of is that first buff is always going to spawn at like 7:15, and unless some weird shit goes on, like there's an invade and stuff. But generally speaking, the first buff spawns at 7:15. That's very consistent. So right now, I farmed out my jungle. I'm going back. I'm buying, and I'm getting ready to gank again. Probably go bottom. I want to snowball bottom more, and because TF's in the game, I also want to be bottom because TF generally ganks bottom. And I want to be there to help them out when he comes. Now this time, Shyvana actually got ganked, but as you can see, she didn't die. In this case, I go top. The reason is there's 3 people top. Shyvana had to back. Riven's gonna push, and I want to hold her lane for her. And I don't know what Fizz is doing. He's being Rambo. Looks like he'll be okay. Yeah, he lives there. So here, holding this is really important for me because it catches me up. So if I don't hold that, I'm actually down in CS. I'm down in levels a little bit. You know, I'm starting to get behind Nasus, so you know it helps me out. On top of that, if you don't hold it, it's wasted experience. It's wasted gold. So it's really important to do that. So here, I know when my red's up. You know, I killed it around 6, so it's up. I get a kill there. Now I'm gonna start coming bot. Getting ready for the next dragon a little bit, but mostly just putting more pressure bottom. See if I can kill this mid here. He saw me though, and I think he goes back. So. So really my goal right now, okay, first off, I don't want to counter drill too much against Nasus, for multiple reasons. The first one is Nasus just stomps Jarvan IV after like level 4. Like, it's not even funny. That attack speed debuff is ridiculous. So that's the first reason that you do not want to invade Nasus. The second one is they've got a TF. So if I do invade, and if they do find me, TF can just port to me. So it's very, very dangerous for me to invade against this team. And so what I do, instead of invading, I'm focusing on my jungle, I'm focusing on ganking. So I can't really shut down Nasus completely. You know, what I did at level 2 was the best I could do. And at this point, I'm really just focusing on putting pressure bottom, putting pressure mid. And once again, there's a ward. They actually did a really good job warding this game. Blue did. Their wards were all over the place. Another thing, I placed a ward because junglers should be warding, and if you're not, you're bad. Just FYI. So I decided to go round, and right when I see that, I know that he's going bot, so I'm coming bot.
Unstoppable.
And my bottom's OP, so instead of dying, they kill TF. So that's pretty funny. Oh man. Here we go ahead and take the tower. Always try to take towers if you can. I know some people are like, I don't want to take the tower, I want to keep it up. No, take the tower. There are very few cases where I would agree with keeping it up, because tower puts pressure on the enemy team. It gives map awareness, or sorry, not map awareness, map control. It gives global gold. And it allows your bottom to roam. So putting pressure on towers is really important if you want to be effective. So you got Nasus here. He knows I'm here, and I think I saw him too. But I was like, whatever. Let's take his red. I'm being a bit of a dick here because I knew he was there. I smited slightly early, but it's all good. I got my OP bot lane. So just to be an ass, I'm like, I'm gonna leave that creep just because you attacked me. So leave it for him here. Easy gank, 4-man gank. One of the huge weaknesses of Twisted Fate is his mobility is terrible. So he's very, very susceptible to ganks, and that's what you want to do to him. Like, you want to put a lot of pressure on him if you can. And I couldn't this game because they were warding well and Nasus was mid a lot. But if you can, you want to put a lot of pressure on TF because otherwise he's going to have free reign to kill people, to run around. Oh, and then there's this freaking bug dragon. Like, I've never seen an invisible dragon before. This is the first time. It's like, what the fuck? Free kill there. I completely screw up my QE there. That was so bad. Because of it, Sona dies. I really messed that up. Like that was an easy EQ too. It wasn't even that hard. So here's Fizz doing his thing, killing blue buff while we're fighting the enemy team. At this point, we're way up, and okay, and you gotta ask yourself, why are we up so much? Well, obviously, all our lanes won. Maybe, yeah, all the lanes won. But top won on its own, and mid won on its own. But if you look at jungle and bottom, both of those lanes won because I was able to impact them. I impacted the jungle by invading, and I impacted bottom by ganking really early. If I hadn't ganked bottom early, they might have lost because Tarek Graves is very bursty. They could possibly burst down a Sona and Varus pretty easily. So, you know, it's that early pressure that allows your lanes to win. And of course, you know, when I post this video, like, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, feel free. I would love to hear feedback. I'd love to hear what you think. You know, if there's something I need to improve, please let me know. So there's a bit of a lull here, and soon enough we get into a pretty common trap that a lot of teams get into when they get ahead, and it's pretty normal. Because you just get cocky. You're like, I'm badass, I'm strong, I'm so much better than you, I can solo 2 people at once, that kind of crap, right? So what ends up happening is teams get too aggressive, they split up, and because of that they get caught. And so you'll actually see it here where if you go bot, there's 5 bots. So blue's got 5 players bot. What blue is doing is the only thing they can do. They're grouping up and they're trying to kill individuals as a group. Because if they don't, they can't win. They can't win 1v1. They can't win 2v2s. Or even like a 2v3 they probably can't win. Because we are so far ahead at this point. I mean, we're 9k ahead at 18 minutes. That's a serious lead. So this is what's going on, and you'll see my team is going to make mistakes. They're going to be split up. I'll be split up a little bit. The rest of my team will be split up. Here we get a good gank. I feel like if Nasus hadn't backed, it wouldn't have happened, but he did back. So, whatever. If he wants to back, he can. You see there, I saved my ulti until after the flash. That's a very, 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 very common strat on Jarvan. So you don't ult until the enemy flashes. So, because obviously if you do it before they flash, you're in trouble. Because they're just going to flash out and you wasted your ult. It's not a complete waste. I mean, the ulti timer is shorter than the flash timer, but still, you don't want to waste it. And once again, you can see we're all split up. I'm farming my jungle, I'm backing. We got bottoms pushed way up and trying to kill this Nasus. And they're being very aggressive. Sona was way aggressive there.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah. So, you know, and so here's another pickup, right? And look where they were at. They were here. They were right here. And considering the fact that there's no vision and there's a TF on the team, it's very, very, very dangerous. And we saw it there. Nasus just slowed them and they couldn't get away. But you can see here, we got split pushing like crazy, which isn't bad, but it can be dangerous. So here, Shyvana's like, I'm getting the hell out of here. Good option. Good choice. So Fizz is pretty well equipped to get away normally. But once again, they got that Nasus, and if he slows you one time, it's brutal. You can see here that they almost surrendered. No shocker there. Easy kill on the Fizz. Well, not that easy. He almost killed Graves. Yeah, Graves had to cleanse. I remember that. That's crazy. Here we are. We're pushing bottom. And we're pushing bot. We know they were all top. We know there were 3 people top, 4 people top. So we're not worried about this. And no one else is doing anything. So we go ahead. We get this tower. Push forward a little more. I'm pinging the dragon. Telling him, let's get the dragon. At this point, I think I was telling my team we need to group up. And so we back up from here, and we definitely needed to back up. So this dragon is not invisible. It's not a stealth dragon. I've never seen a stealth dragon before. And here's that. Oh my gosh, that pissed me off so much. I hate it when that happens. Freaking standard, like, does not work. I think what it is the standard has a slightly longer range than the Q, and so sometimes that it can actually be too long. Here, this is a bad fight, but what do you do? Oh, I missed it. Yeah, and what do you do about that, right? We're stealing the red, and nothing you can do. So I come in here, and I'm like, oh, screw this, I can get out of here. Flash out. Yeah, so once again, we're split up. They're able to get a 1-for-1 on us. A Graves for Varus, and then it's a 2v3, and we lose that 2v3. So it just, you know, once again you see how our team is split up. We're not playing together well, and because of that, we're dying, we're making mistakes, and we're letting them get back in the game. I mean, we're still 10k ahead, but considering what it was, I think it was like 11 or 12. I mean, we're letting them get back in the game, and their late game is better than ours. So at this point, you know, we need to get together. We need to group, and I'm telling them we need to group, and hopefully we do. I got an oracles. I want to clear their wards. I feel like they've been getting ahead of us. They've got more vision. They're doing better. I want to make it so they don't have vision. And I fucked up here real bad.
Killing spree.
Yeah, so I went the wrong way, and the enemy capitalized on it. It's that Nasus slow, it caught me. So they know he's there. Here, you give it up. You don't let them kill you too. That's an issue I see with a lot of players. Is they let them kill you when they're trying to defend the tower. Just let it go. I mean, it's a 4v5 or a 3v2. Sorry, a 2v4 or 2v3. So it's just not worth it. So it kind of looks like they're gonna go do Baron here, and actually, they might have been able to do something like that. I don't know, but we are moving quick, so they may not have had the time. And here, Fizz face checks like a pro, but it works out. One thing I'll notice here is I've got Nasus in my ulti, and he can't do anything. Now, of course, it didn't work out because freaking Riven came from behind. Like, Riven came from behind that time, and she got the squishes. You know, she got Sona, she got Varus. Like, normally, what I want to do as J4 late game is I really want to focus on ulting that Riven and ulting that Nasus, keeping them from getting to my team. So essentially what I want is like a 3-layered approach, right? So we've got the squishy players in the back. In the middle we've got like me, Nasus, Riven, Shyvana, and then on the other side we want the other squishies. And the reason we want that is because our ADCs are much stronger than theirs right now. So our team's ahead. So we want to do that because we know as long as we can keep our ADCs alive, there's not going to be an issue. Now, in some cases, let's say you're behind, let's say your ADCs aren't doing much damage, then maybe what you need to do is ignore the beef, the Nasus, and the Riven, and go more for, well, not Riven maybe, but definitely Nasus, and go for their AD carries. But in this case, don't need to do that. So here you can see, like, Blue's caught up. I mean, they're definitely not, in a position to win yet, but they're caught up a little bit. Here, Fizz goes balls to the walls again, and he got lucky, so freaking lucky. But you see here, I get Riven, I ult her, and there's a one fight because Riven and Nasus could not get to Varus. And of course Shyvana comes in and cleans up. Here we push. It's important to note there, like, I'm trying to think. I was able to keep Riven and Nasus off of our AD carry that fight, and because of that, we won it easy because he was able to do as much damage as he needed, and he didn't have to worry about getting killed. So here, throw down the standard for attack speed. And from there, this is an interesting thing. So every single person backs except for Fizz. Actually, Fizz made a lot of mistakes this game late, and this was one of them. So generally speaking, once you have like a successful fight and you get a successful push, like what we just had, a lot of times people like sit around, they'll go kill a few creeps, they'll counter jungle the enemy, they'll kill stuff in lane, right? The problem is when you do that, you give the enemy team an opportunity, because if they can push you back, if they can kill one or two of those players doing that, then they have an opportunity to Baron. But this time, 4 of our teammates went back right away, and instead of giving them an opportunity to Baron, it just meant they were just going to get up, they're going to farm a little, and that's it. So it's just something to note, like, you don't want to sit around after a fight and after you've done a good push, because if you do sit around, you're going to end up giving up a free Baron. Here Tariq's doing his thing. I think we got one more big fight and then we're done. So you can see here, people are going in. We were thinking about Dragon. We could have Dragon there, we decided not to. Because it's just a little risky. We're up by quite a bit. There's no need to do anything risky at this point. So here Fizz is diving again because he's OP like that, and it works out. But he didn't need to do that. So I'm like, let's push top, let's push top. There's no need to try to chase people. We got a 4v5. We don't want a Baron here because Nasus is up, all their carries are up. The only one who's dead is Tariq. He doesn't add that much to a team fight. So you don't want to go and Baron off of this, but you can definitely push. And here, Sona gets a great ult. I keep Nasus away from Varus. And Shyvana is killing things in back. And that's pretty much game. There's really nothing else Blue can do at this point. We have both inhibs, and everyone's dead but Tariq, so we just finish it up.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Well, so that's pretty much it then. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is my very first stream. I will definitely be doing more. I hope to be doing one every few days, possibly even one a day. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to be doing lots of jungle matchups, lots of Jarvan versus Nasus, Jarvan versus Hecarim, all those different matchups, and talking through them, what do you do, how do you handle it, and just showing you some good diamond play. This is all diamond level play, so I hope you enjoy it. And if you're interested in watching my stream, it's twitch.tv/Meriakh. That's actually going to be at the bottom of this video. So thanks.